UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has stated that the Russian threat cannot be ignored and emphasized the need for his country to be prepared. Speaking on BBC Radio 4's Today program, Starmer was reminded of comments made last year by the EEPO chief of the defense staff, who said, "We must be ready to fight within 3 years." Starmer was asked directly, "Does this mean that under your leadership, British troops could be deployed to war?" The Prime Minister responded, "Russia has shown in recent weeks that it is not serious about peace." He also stated that the world is changing and that we are entering a new era in defense and security. Starmer noted that we are now facing greater instability and threats, and said his government's upcoming defense spending review should clearly outline the current and potential challenges the UK faces. He outlined his core defense principles as readiness for combat, having an integrated armed force, and NATO first. "If the world has changed, we must be ready," Starmer said. "The best way to deter conflict is to prepare for it." Later in the day, the Prime Minister visited a BAE Systems factory in Scotland, where he revealed that at least 6 new ammunition factories will be built across the UK. He also announced plans to create a hybrid navy, integrating armed drones with warships, submarines, and aircraft. Additionally, Starmer revealed that up to 12 attack submarines would be built, in cooperation with the United States and Australia. He pledged better housing and equipment for service members, along with a $15 billion investment in the UK's nuclear weapons program under the Sovereign Warhead Initiative. Starmer said the defense review would focus on 3 key objectives: making the UK combat ready, strengthening NATO, accelerating innovation at wartime pace to address modern threats. How much will defense spending increase? However, in the BBC interview, Starmer declined to give a specific timeline for raising defense spending to 3% of GDP. He emphasized that the first goal is to increase defense spending to 2.5% of GDP by 2027 to 28, and said the aim of the review is to go even further. Still, he refrained from setting a firm date for reaching 3%. Back in February, Starmer had stated that the goal is to increase defense spending to 2.5% of GDP by April 2027, and potentially to 3% by 2034 if economic conditions allow. Ukraine launches longest-range attack on Russia. Meanwhile, Ukraine has claimed to have carried out its longest-range strike against Russia to date. German military chief, Russia may attack NATO. Within 4 years, Germany's chief of defense, General Carsten Breuer, also told the BBC that NATO must prepare for a possible Russian attack within the next 4 years. General Breuer warned that Russia is producing hundreds of tanks each year, and many of these could be used in an assault on NATO's Baltic members by 2029, or even earlier.